Yeah, 2016 Evo run back.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna be really interesting. That's like a long time ago. That's like almost 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really interesting to see, like, you know, Obscure obviously has always been a very fundamental player. He's comes from Tekken. A lot of the fundamental trends were over into this game, so it's really interesting to see how he applies them, because they're obviously the fundamentals are presented differently, but they still hold true, and so he makes a lot of good work from them.
That's
It's
true.
going to be interesting to see how he goes up against Rokso, who's a very, very execution-heavy player, obviously has strong fundamentals of his own in this game.
Yeah, and that's true. And with Rokso also, since he does play Soul Calibur on the side, a few of those transitions may actually come back over here and help him out. But we are going to be seeing the Mewtwo and Garchomp matchup. So this is something Rokso is actually very familiar with.
Very.
Obscure got a little touch of it earlier with True, but he only got the soft version. So let's see how he handles it right now. Going straight in, not really showing any fear.
Obscure covering these dig options pretty well. Oh, no.
Oh, the release X is going to actually pin him a little bit closer to the wall right now. But Roxo's going to be going for the cancel, and then the bread and butter. Absolutely crushing him and sending him back.
And that's what we were talking about. Rokso has very, very good execution. He rarely ever drops his combos, his bread and butters.
Yeah. Oh, and then Obscure decided to hold onto his barrier a little too long, having no idea what Rokso wanted to do. And now all this pressure.
All right, but now Obscure can live 2 hits because defense buff is crazy, and he has rage, so that's actually 60% less damage.
Very good cancel by Rokso.
Very good.
But
this is going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for a reset.
Trying for the crazy reset, and now...
Oh, that was almost an amazing use of that dual face. He was a little bit slow on the 6X, but otherwise that would have put him back in the game. That would have been a last hit situation.
And the 6X also would have caught Rokso if he decided to go airborne. Dig is actually good in this game as Roxo's trying it for a second time, but Obscure not going to have none of it.
Those are these 2016 combos. They're still good damage.
And then he's just going to be trying to advance very patiently, taking those last synergy points, but
very good reaction.
Obscure still catching his synergy.
Oh!
Gonna hold on to it by just going for the grab. And now he's adding on that standard Mewtwo pressure.
Oh, just waiting it out. Very smart.
Very good by Rokso actually to hold off on the synergy.
That was an interesting decision because he's already really low on HP. I think it would have been a pretty good idea to burst, but then again, Mewtwo has a very strong field phase. He probably could have waited out the burst. He probably doesn't want to pop it there.
At this point in time, it's really good.
Oh,
Frogadier was actually covering Rokso really well.
Dang,
and
Roxo's just getting in. Roxo's just going in there. Oh, he dropped his combo. That's very rare to see from him. Nice. Very good.
That one little choke actually going to set him quite a ways back.
Yeah, that was Mewtwo's very, very, very strong move. Probably definitely one of the best moves in the game. Arguably the best move in the game. IED-JY, very good for whip punishing. You can just position yourself so well with air dash, and then if you hit the JY high enough and you can confirm it, confirms to a whole combo, a whole launch. It's a very, very strong tool. It's going to making great work of it.
Rokso did a very good job of actually piercing Obscure's shield, which actually made it that he doesn't get any of his synergy back.
Interesting.
And the more attack moves that Obscure decides to use, the less chance he has of actually getting his burst.
Oh, what a bait!
Oh, the overhead!
Obscure was so ready. Oh, the classic punish.
Yeah, very good fundamentals shown by Obscure. And then again, breaking more.
Oh no, that's going to be crit. That's going to be so much damage.
Is going to be like really in a lot of damage. And then crossing him over, back and forth.
Rokso going for a side switch for no seeming reason, but you know, he's on the stage, I'm not.
Oh wow, that huge JX over in the air, and then plus Sylveon, making sure he
I have to wonder if Obscure's even trying to go for synergy, because he seems to be spending it when he could be close enough to build it for the round, but yeah, not at this point. I don't think it's really part of his game plan.
No.
Oh, what a drill! Very risky but strong defensive option against Mewtwo, and that's going to close it out.
Yeah, the thing with Mewtwo is that on occasion he really wouldn't need his synergy, and that's probably what Obscure was going for, especially since a lot of his spacing seemed to reap out really good results, alongside Sylveon, which actually let him like tank a good chunk of him. So that was also pretty good too. Wasn't able to close out that first round though, but we'll see what Obscure decides to do a little bit differently in the second round.
Yeah, that was definitely very back and forth. He wasn't out of it for sure.
Yeah, they're just jumping right back into it. Barely a second to actually breathe. They seem pretty comfortable with what they've got so far. Something
I would like to point out is Obscure's been mixing up his field phase first button every time. It's a problem that a lot of Mewtwo's have. It's the autopilot side wipe. It's a very strong button. Controls space very well. But you know, most characters have some answer, and Garchomp has a pretty high damage answer for it compared to a lot of the casts. And Rokso made work of that the very first round of this set, and from there on, Obscure's like used it like one more time, and there's like 4 rounds in between that. So
it's actually really good that he considered those mix-ups because it does keep Rokso on his toes so that not even he's autopiloting.
oh, dropping another confirm. That was kind of a funky confirm though.
Ooh,
Interesting.
That's a 2016 strat right there for sure. Rather going for the grab instead of the hyper beam, which is pretty standard for most Mewtwo.
Yeah, or even homing. Homing's the standard because hyper beam requires you to like know it's going to crit and like or have a very fast reaction to it. So homing's pretty standard, similar damage, good positioning. It's pretty good, even optimal in some cases. But if you're just going for a grab, I think he's trying to be cute. I don't think there's any other reason.
Release X.
Good whip punish.
And plus with that wall splat damage is actually,
all right.
It almost set Obscure to actually come back and take that round, but then Rokso was actually fully prepared for it by making sure his counter was set to go way.
Obscure on match point. I wonder how he's going to open this. Interesting. He hasn't done that option yet. That's a very safe poke. Very safe way to start the round.
And then Rokso pacing in slowly, but then
Obscure iron defense in field phase right now. He's just playing patient. Oh, no.
Yeah, he tried to use his strafing and his spacing, but it seems like Rokso was ready for it, and he was hoping for the wall splat.
Oh,
and
what a bait.
missed it.
He definitely could have gotten a lot of damage there, but, you know, that's still a 120 damage trap plus wall splat, so, you know, it's pretty good. Get rid of a lot of that recoverable health.
And it doesn't feel pleasant for Rokso, considering the fact that he whipped a release X, which could reap so many negative results at this point. And now he's got Obscure.
Oh, what a 6X.
Yeah, that's actually a really good trick that I saw from Obscure when we actually played a few friendlies where he'll use 6X to cover for a bit of that spacing. He knows that move well enough to know exactly when to lunge for it.
Oh my god, and Rokso going for the reset because still beyond buff is extremely strong. 30% damage reduction. So he knows that he can't kill if he just can sort of the burp, and he just in the burst, and he just popped it, so he didn't want to spend it.
He tried to actually reset.
All right, very good. See, this is a very, very, this is one of the reasons why having burst, even if you can only get it once with Mewtwo, it's very important to get out of a situation like that where he could have died from one mix-up. Oh, and is this going to hit?
Chase down. He caught Rokso almost.
And that's going to be it.
That was very good by both Rokso and Obscure. Obscure actually almost